Please use the link below to get the notes, questions and other videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share to others for our daily new videos.
Come back, let's look at an example, an activity that's a little bit complicated, but not that much. It's all about finance, which is paper 1. We shall be looking at the payslip or salary advance that we shall be using right now. All right, let's read through the scenario and you follow. But I want you to take note of the years and the amounts a person receives or deals with. All right, Mr. Tabo is a 54-year-old employee at the Gauteng Department of Education. He contributes 7.5% of his monthly basic salary towards the GEPF, which is the Government Employee Pension Fund. He receives a bonus that is equivalent to his monthly basic salary. The bonus is tax deductible. He pays medical aid for himself, 3 children, and his wife. He also receives a housing allowance that is tax deductible. All right, I'll start with the word tax deductible before we continue. Tax deductible simply meaning those amounts are subjected to tax. They have to be taxed. Together, those ones who go deep into taxation, they will find out that a certain part of your house allowance is taxed, a certain part of your money is taxed, pension. But for now, as grade 12s, we continue and we do what we need to do. All right, I'll start by filling in. There's a question here. Probably you see it very well. There's a question here, which is question 7.1. I will teach you how to highlight these things. Number 1, they want us to find the value of A, B, and C. These are 6 marks. Probably each will take 2 marks. All right. Now, the first thing you're going to ask yourself, where is A? You go to the next year and you find out, okay, A is here. And it's under the GEPF. Run very fast to your information here. Run very fast to your information. You look at that. The GEP, it's raised here. You understand? And it's a sort of a pension fund also. Remember, I told you there should be a comma here. Here you should have a comma. Together, 7.5. It cannot be 75% of your salary. That simply means you're working for nothing. Anyway, let's continue. So if you have to look for the value of A, value of A, which is the GEPE. How are we going to get it? They've already told us in the scenario here that 7.5% of the monthly basic salary. So we shall come here and we shall say 7.5% times the basic salary. Together, I'm picking it from the question here, around here. Together, so which is 7 over 100 times. Now we come here and we look. We see the basic salary is this one here, and it's this much. So we shall take that and we say 26,309.58 cents. So our A will equal to that. You put it in your calculator. You put this one in the calculator, and the answer becomes, our A is 1973.2. I'm rounding off to 2 decimal places because I'm looking at money. So these are rands. All right. Then we continue and we say, let's go and we look at the value of. Let's go and we look at the value of B now. Value of B. When we come here, when we come to the to our value of B. Value of B is found under deductions. Together, it's found under deductions. Simply meaning since it's found under deduction, so we are going to look for the total value of deductions. So now don't forget that you've already got the value of A, because deductions are these ones here. These are the deductions. You see that? So you're going to add everything here plus the A that you've got now together. So here we go, and we say the value of B, we are saying 1,973.22 cents plus the other value is 4,561.97 cents plus 3,222 rands plus 86 rands 91 cents plus we are adding on plus 70 rands 0 cents plus 6 rand 0 cents. When you add all these values here, we shall end up having a certain amount of money there, which is, let me add there, find it out, 4 plus 322 plus 86.91. So we end up having the value of B as 9,920 rands 16 cents together. So let's continue, and we see we need to find the value of C now. Value of C. The value of C will be, I'm rubbing off this just to create space for us to find it. Now, when we look at value of C, let's highlight it. When we come to value of C, look at where C is. And what are we looking at? We are looking at net salary. Now, what I want you to remember, or what you remember from your grade, it's grade 10. Together, we are saying value of C is net what? Salary. Net salary is what remains after deductions. Together, simply meaning net will equal to your gross minus the total deductions. Anyway, our gross here we found out is let me see, the gross is already given to us as 53,819 rands 16 cents minus the deduction. Remember, the deductions is the amount of money that we've just got now, which is 9,920 rands 16 cents. Let's do that. So the net, which is the value of C, is 43,899 rands. That's the value of C. Hopefully you've understood. Hopefully you keep practicing. Guys, keep practicing. You keep practicing, everything becomes easy. Practice makes perfect. All right. That is the scenario that we have. So we've got our values of C, B, and A, or the values of A, B, C. Those were 6 marks. All right. We're going to look at another equation here. Now, it won't be about the payslip. Now, let's look at the taxation now. We'll look at another example about taxation. Taxation, as we continue, let's look at this. Taxation, remember, we shall be looking at the table. We are going to base the same information, or we are basing we are based on the information of this person. We still answering for the same person, right? They are asking us, use calculation to show how the value of 61,296 rands on the tax table for the third tax rate was derived. All right. They want to know how these values were got. All right. We shall come here and we highlight that, what they're trying to tell us. Now, allow me use the highlighter. I'll come here because they are talking of the third tax. And they want us to show how this value was got. When I come to my tax table here, I count 1, 2, 3, and yes, this is the value. Remember what we said, these values are produced from the previous bracket. This value was produced from the previous bracket. And this value is the minimum tax paid in bracket 3, whereas it's a maximum for bracket number 2. All right, let's look at that now. Allow me use black ink. Allow me use black ink. All right, okay, here we go. The value of 61,296. We are saying it's from bracket 2. But how? All right, because it's from bracket 2, we shall call on bracket number 2, which is 33,840 rands plus 26%. So we shall say 0.26 into brackets. Now, what number do I put here? Together, I will put the maximum value in bracket number 2, which is 293. So 293,600 minus the value that was found in bracket number 2, which is 188,000. I'll just do this and we find out the answer now. As you are trying to practice this, please, once you've done that, the first step, you can easily put it in a calculator and you get your answer straight away, rather than, because I know some people will add before they multiply, which is not right. Please try to look for the values, the right answers. All right, get the right answers. From the bracket, what value do we get from the bracket? Please, sorry about that. When I subtract, because I'm trying to simplify, when I subtract this, I end up having 105,600. And my final answer becomes 61,296. So we shall not mark this. We shall only mark the steps that are seen above. Are we there? Okay, let's go to the second questions. Since we are using the same tables, I would use these tables anyway. Let me do this way. Let me bring it in another form of question. Okay, now it's question number 7.3, which is the third question about this. Remember, this question was out of 20 marks. So we've got the values of A and A, B, C. Then we've shown how the value of 61,296 was got. Then here we are. Now they are requesting us to do question number 7.3, which says, Mr. Tabo complained that even though his housing allowance is taxable, he still believes he is overtaxed on a monthly basis. Use calculations to verify his statement. Together. So they've told you, number 1, look for taxable income. Remember, taxable income is your gross minus non-taxable income. And under non-taxable income, we have pension, donations given to a recognized charity house or a charity organization. As long as it's recognized, then your donation are not deducted. Then we also have what we call the road accident fund. We have we can subtract the provident fund, is not also taxed anyway. Taxable income, let's look at that. I'm doing the first place because if I'm to calculate his tax, I need to first get the taxable income. Mr. Tabo's taxable income. Let's do that. Taxable. So this will equal to his gross. They are telling us we shall follow the sorry, I need to delete this a little bit. We shall follow the formula that says annual gross, but it's fine. I'll show you how we can do it. Annual gross minus annual what? Pension. Together. Number one, let's look at, we are using his payslip. I believe you still remember his payslip here. His payslip has a certain value here, the basic, together. Now, because the payslip is shown, it shows monthly amount and it has bonus. Bonus is taxed, but it's not pensioned. So what we're going to do first and foremost, let's take the annual gross, which will be the basic, which is 26,309 rands 58 cents times 12, or okay, plus the bonus. Bonus is only got once in a year, together, plus the housing allowance, which is 12 times, which is 1,200 times 12. So from here up to there, this is basic throughout the year, and from here up to there, we're looking at bonus. Then from here up to there, this is the housing. House what? Allowance. It's also taxed. Why do we say it's taxed? Because when you remember the scenario very well, the scenario says housing allowance is tax deductible. So simply meaning they take tax from the housing allowance, together. Let's continue and we find out. In my calculations, I end up having, or the value that we have here is 356,424, rands 54 cents. This is the gross. Now we're going to subtract the pension. So pension, remember it, we got it as we got it from 7.5%. 7.5% of the basic salary. Remember, 7.5% of the basic salary, but pension is paid throughout the year. So we shall look for that 7.5%. Having got the value, we multiply it by 12, together. So minus the annual pension, which is those ones who don't know how we've got this, remember the value of A that we had here. So get it and you multiply it by 12, together. So we continue and we say, so now the answer becomes, 356,424 minus 23,678 rands 62 cents. So we end up having his money as 332,745 rands 92 cents. This would be his taxable income. All right. Let's continue and we look at the other part. We are continuing. Remember, I'm doing question number 7 point. Question number 7.3, section 3, section 3. We are continuing. Now, what we are looking for now is, let's start now calculating his tax, together. His tax. So, us knowing that this is his taxable income, now we can touch the tax rate tables. Remember, we are proving because it says is overcharged. So we need to know, because we've also included the housing allowance now that we know. Now we know that this is the amount that's supposed to be taxed. Now we ask ourselves, which bracket does it belong to? Which bracket does it belong to? Now when I look at my table here on the side, the value or his taxable income belongs to bracket number 3. So bracket number 3, we shall go and pick it the way it is, which is starts with 61,296 plus 0.31. I've got this after dividing 31%. I divided it by 100 brackets. I get his taxable income that I already have, which is 3745.92 minus the value that is already here, this one here, 293,600. I close my brackets. So from this moment here, it's easy for me to calculate the tax. So I just put this number inside the calculator. Some people say punch the numbers into the calculator. 61,296 plus 31%, open brackets, which is 332,745 rands 92 cents minus the 293,600. Together, a straight answer, which is 73,431. 24 cents. So now it's here that we need to subtract what we call the rebate. If the person pays medical aid, please, we subtract medical tax credits. We do not subtract medical aid that he pays. We subtract medical credits. Anyway, the rebate, because it's 54 years of age, remember that? It's 54 years of age from the scenario. So he only qualifies for the first what? For the first rebate. Together, that is it. So we shall say 73,431 rands 24 cents minus 13,500. Now, how do we get the medical credits? Anyway, let me first finish this. This is the rebate. All right, we shall see how we get the medical credits. Having removed the rebates, we remember 59,931 24 cents. We are going to look at medical credits now. Remember, the people that he pays medical credit for himself. That's 1 plus the 3 children and the wife. You see that? So all in all, the family has 5 people who are on the medical aid. So we are going to use this brackets here for medical credits. Remember, these are per month, but the values that we have here, they are for annual. So what we're going to do, let's go in and we see, for the taxpayer who paid the medical scheme contribution, he has to pay 286 plus the statement here says the first dependent. The first dependent doesn't matter. It might be the first child, it might be the wife, or any other second, anyone who comes next. So another person also pays. When you look at it so far here we've catered for 2 people, but we are remaining now with how many? 3. So we shall say plus 3 that are remaining times each person is going to take 192. So we shall do that. Put everything in brackets and multiply by 12. You end up having 13,700 what? 7. If this is medical credit, so now the tax will be the balance after rebate minus the 13. So the money that remain with is the tax in the annual tax. This is the annual tax, which is 46,155.24. Because we are proving the tax on a payslip, and the payslip comes once in a month. Together, so it comes every month, not once in a year. So we have to get this and divide it by 12. Let's divide that by 12. So indeed, we get the answers 3,840 together. So remember, he claims that he pays or he overpays. So what do? We need to go and we look at the payslip, look at his payslip, look at the payee. The payee is the income tax together. So now this amount of money versus the one on the payslip, the amount of money versus the one on the payslip, the amount of money versus the one on the payslip versus, so we conclude and we say Tando is correct, is overcharged. Because if he pays this, yet he's supposed to pay 3,846, that simply means he is overcharged. Hopefully you followed. Let's meet in another scenario. Thank you very much.